Are you a body contouring owner struggling to make 10, 20, $30,000 a month and you've been at this for years and you still can't figure out why you can't grow your body contouring business? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I helped my clients get to 10, 20, all the way up to $30,000 per month using this one tool to be able to make data-driven decisions based off of what the metrics are telling us. This is only for business owners that are looking to scale, that are serious and ready to implement tools to help track their softwares and be able to help them grow their business based off of data. Welcome to understanding how to actually grow your body contouring business to 10, 20, all the way up to $50,000 per month just by using key performance indicators known as KPIs. I promise you that if you have not been doing this and you start to actually implement this, you will be smarter than any other body contouring owner because most people, which I'm sure whether you work with other consulting businesses or marketing companies, if they've never shown you how to keep track of this and how to keep track of numbers, I guarantee you that that's why you're not growing because you're making decisions based off of how you feel rather than actually knowing how to use data. So let's just get down right to it. And let me show you an example of how I grow businesses. So here's a client named Laura, where I helped her grow her business to $10,000 a month. And yes, it took us a few months because she had a hard time closing, which I'll show you in a sec as to how we figured that out. But we got her to $10,000 a month within 60 to 70 days. Okay, so here's how we started. The first thing we did was we started off with $500 of ad spend. So this is going to be about return on ad spend, show up rate, close rates, lead to conversion, your cost per acquisition, and then your return on ad spend and cash and close rate, things like that. Okay. She had spent $500 and in total we had gotten her 50 leads. Okay. So we were getting her around a $10 cost per lead. Out of those $10 or out of those 50 leads, um, she had only gotten 10 appointments her very first month, okay? And around that time, I believe she had only made like 50 I think she only called the leads like once, probably way less than that. I'm just giving her more credit. But the reason that you want to know this is because just because you get leads, it doesn't mean that you're going to grow as a business. If you're a smart entrepreneur, you would know that leads, not every lead is going to be your client and not every lead is going to convert. If you expect every lead to convert, then you are not going to be able to grow your business. Not every lead is going to be a lead. But out of these 50 leads, she only booked 10 appointments. And as you notice, this KPI sheet, which makes things simple, if you notice here, the percentages change, right? So it's all done for you. I just have my clients just input these numbers and then the percentages are done for them. But she had booked 10 appointments, so she had a 20% conversion rate. So right away, when I came in here and I saw her Excel sheet, I already knew why she wasn't growing. The first thing I wanted to do before we move on to these steps is we need to fix the amount of appointments. So when I saw she had only made 50 calls, sh I knew that that's why her appointment ratio was very, very low. So instead, what I teach my clients is that you need to make 2 calls the first day and then 2 calls the second day. If you go to Google and you type in calling leads within 5 minutes, calling leads right away, you'll see a lot of studies that prove what I'm saying that and even Stanford did a study on this, that the faster you can call the leads and the faster you can get a hold of them within a quicker period of time, the higher chances you're going to get that person to book. Because if you don't call them right away, you're going to lose that client to another competitor where that competitor calls them first and then you just lost a client. And it happens all the time. Okay. So in here, what I wanted to see is that it should have been 200 calls. Why? Because she had 50 leads. So 2 calls the first day per lead and 2 calls the second day per lead. So that would have been 4 calls within a 48-hour period times 50 leads. If she would have done this, her appointment booking would have been at least 30 to 40 booked appointments. Or sorry, not 40, but at least 25 to 30 appointments, at least. But just for the number's sake, let's just go back to what she had. She had 10 appointments. Out of those 10 appointments, she only had 5 people who showed. So she had a 50% show up rate. And so out of those 5 people, she was doing the 150 single session. So 150 times 5. She had made $750 inside of the program in her first month from the single sessions. Now, out of those 5 people, I believe she only closed think she closed like 2 people on a $1,000 package. So most of my clients are selling $1,000 packages. So as you can see here, out of the 5 people who showed, she made $750 from the single sessions. But out of those 5 people, she upsold 2 people to $1,000 packages, and that's where the $2,000 the $2,000 comes from. So she had a 40% conversion rate, which is it's okay. Like I want to see this above 50 to 60%. Her show up rate is not so great either. I would want this to be a little bit higher. But all of these numbers are affected because of the low amount of booked appointments, which we'll talk about in a sec on how to fix this. But as you can see, she closed 2 deals and she made $2,000. Her return on ad spend is so if for those who don't know, return on ad spend just means how much are you putting into Facebook and then how much are you getting out. So for her, it's like she gave Facebook $1 and Facebook gave her $4 back. So as a smart business owner, you would say, "Oh, I paid Facebook $1, I got $4 back. I'm going to keep repeating the same process." And that's exactly what you should do. So this training that I'm doing here with you guys, I actually paid a consultant over, I believe it was like $10,000 to $12,000 to be inside of his program and to learn KPIs and to keep track of his KPIs. So this is coming from somebody who taught me that's doing around 8 figures yearly. So here's what his Excel sheet is explaining to us. So cash return on ad spend is the average return that you're making in cash based on the amount of money that you spend. A high cash return on ad spend is anything greater than 3x, which means you have a highly profitable, highly scalable marketing system. At this point, you just need to spend more on ads. And she actually has a 4x return on ad spend. So she thought she was doing really bad. And again, this is her feelings, her thoughts, her opinions. But when we actually put down the math and we did the metrics, I said, Laura, no, you're doing great. The data shows that the marketing campaign is crushing it. You're doing fantastic. It's not how you feel, how you think. Oh yeah, I only made $2,000. Sure, she put in $500, but look, she made $2,000 on the packages, not including the three other people. So she probably made one 300 450. She made $2,500 total from all 5 people who showed up and 2 people and 2 of those that she upsold to packages. Right. So that's a good return on ad spend. So she said, "How can I get to $10,000 a month?" So I said, "Well, the first thing is now that you made $2,000, I would invest more of your ad spend into your ad spend." So the next month, we decided to spend $1,000. And this time she got around, I believe she got around 80 to 90 leads. We were getting her like $12, $15 leads. Okay. And this time she actually did do more of the phone calls. This should have been, there's 80 leads. And like I said, 2 times the first day, 2 times the second day. It should have been 320 calls, but she didn't do the 320 calls. I think she did around 150. Let's just say 150. Okay. But this time she was able to book 25 appointments. Out of those 25 appointments, she had a 30% lead to book conversion rate, which is actually really, really good. A lot of people say, oh, you want it to be 50%, but I think 30% is still pretty good. But out of those 25 people, she actually even did a better job of getting more people to show up. And she actually had, I think she had like 17 to 18, let's just say 15 people that actually showed up. Okay. She had gotten a 60% show up rate. So out of those 15 people, 15 times 150, because that's what her single session was, times 150, she had made 2250, which is more than what she made last time just on single sessions. And this time, guys, she actually closed 10 deals. And out of those 10 deals, she has a 66% closing rate, which she could still fix, but she made $10,000. So just from that, she had put in $1,000 and got $10,000 back, and she has a 10x return on ad spend. And now that she had fixed all of these calls, she improved her phone calls. She got motivated. She got stoked because she saw, oh, the more phone calls I make, the more appointments I get, and therefore the more appointments I get, the more chances that I get of more people showing up. And if more people show up, I have higher chances of upsells. See how the math works on this? So this is why you want data. And it took us 60 to 70 days to get her to $10,000 a month. I'll be doing a testimonial with her here pretty soon. But if you go to my page, you'll obviously see a bunch of clients who I've gotten to 10 grand a month. And this is all that we do. So this is going to be the most important part of growing your body contouring business. If you don't have access to this video, there should be a link below this video to access this Excel sheet. Make sure that you just go to File, and then you just make a copy and then make your own copy. Do not use this one. Just make a copy and then be able to change your own numbers. Guys, I hope this has been super, super important for you guys. And then as you can see, your cost per acquisition. And then later on, I'll teach you how to do like your lifetime value, how to and then look at your churn, all of those different numbers. But this is going to be the most important part so that you know what to focus on. Let me just give you one last quick example. Let's just say if there's 25 appointments, but only 5 people showed. I mean, if you were to go on here and look at these numbers, instead of saying, "Oh, I think it's the economy," like I think it's this, you could actually go to your KPIs and say, "Oh, I booked 25 people, but only 5 people showed up. The reason I didn't make a lot of money is because my show up rate was 20%. I had 25 appointments, but only 5 people showed up." Now you say, "Oh, okay, so that means that my marketing is good. I'm getting leads. I made the phone calls. My appointment lead to booked conversion rate is extremely good. Now I just need to get more people to show up. This is why I had a bad month because I only had 5 people who showed up." Right? And then now you just need to know that you just need to increase your show up rate. And then we obviously can dive deeper into that. Obviously, this video, I'm not going to be able to go and dive deep into how to show up how to increase your show up rate, how to increase your sales, how to increase your cash return on ad spend, how to get more booked appointments. You can watch those videos on my other trainings. But aside from that, guys, I hope this video has been helped. If you need any help, message me on Instagram or just shoot me a message and then we can book a call. Okay. Talk to you soon.